So we're in San Diego this weekend.
We are.
Well, I was.
Oh, you were.
And my daughter Jonesy came into the hotel room furious. And
Did she stomp her foot?
yes. I said, Jonesy, what's the matter?
Was steam coming out of her ears?
Yes. And she said, the University of Utah just posted this on Instagram.
Oh, I bet I know.
I thought you were going to do this in the news.
You know, I didn't see, I heard about it, but I didn't see it in any of the news I was looking at.
So on Thursday, the University of Utah released a statement via Instagram introducing its upcoming class policy effective spring of 2026. The plan would lead to scheduling more classes outside of what it calls prime time hours, which are Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. You know, school time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their goal by the fall of 2026 is to have no more than 30% of classes scheduled during those hours, which means most of your classes would either be earlier in the morning,
Which is difficult.
but not so hard. The harder one is later in the afternoon and evening, you know, when people work.
Yeah.
So, granted, most people want their school between that 9 a.m. and 2 p.m.
Yes.
window.
Yeah.
What they're trying to do is they're trying to solve a parking problem by changing scheduling.
And which, did I hear that a parking pass for the U is $900? Is that right?
What the hell?
Their price, you know, well, they're trying to discourage people from driving. They want you to take public transit, which is a good thing.
Am I right?
I can't remember how much it is. It's not cheap, that's for sure. There are about 36,000 students at the U. They all got to get there somehow. They are going to have to make changes. Lots of schools, and when Jonesy was picking the U for her college, one of the things she liked was freshmen could have a car on campus because you have a job. There are many schools now that do not even allow any freshmen, whether you live on campus or not, to have a car. And I think the U probably is going to have to go to that. Parking is a problem there. This is not the solution, though, because if you have a job that's paying for school and you can't make your class schedule between 9 and 2, that might be a deal breaker for some kid, you know.
Well, it's parking has always been a problem at college. I remember when I was at Weber State College a long time ago, I would drive up to campus for my first class, and I would follow people in the parking lot.
Sure, you stalk them, yeah.
Stalking them as they were going to their, because the parking was so awful. Just, I don't know I don't know how the U expects they're going to get away with this.
I mean, I just think,
Parking permit, according to the chat room, $400 for the U permits, $950 for the A permits.
Yeah, $950
for faculty and staff.
Yeah, that's not for kids, but
still $400.
That's a lot.
And the other thing about this is they want this to start spring semester. Well, if you're like my daughter, who's super organized, she plans out her year. You know, like in fall, she's like, these are the classes I'm going to take in fall, and these are the classes I'm going to take in September, and these are the days and times they are. Oh, and now I can have a work schedule around that. Well,
you know what she should do? Transfer to another school. That'd show them. You know what I'm going to do?
But this has just blown up. Nobody's happy about this.
No.
A guy in the chat room says it's not all about parking. They have to use more buildings and spread things out because of the legislature and Trump's Department of Education. They are selling it as parking.
I mean, parking, no question about it. Parking is a problem up there, and they need to figure it out for sure. It's requiring people to have classes that in the evening, I think, is
Here's a
cruel.
Here's a texter. Think of the quality of professors they'll be trying to recruit when they tell them they have to teach night classes.
Well, and actually, Jonesy brought that up. She said a lot of professors have families and little kids of their own.
Yes.
They want to be done with work by 3 or 4 o'clock. They don't want to be teaching night classes. I wonder if there's been enough outrage with this that they might reconsider it or adjust it somewhat.
Steph says there are heat maps that show classroom usage, and we are required to have all classrooms filled to a certain percentage. This is legislature and USHE's mandate.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see. Also, a ton of adjuncts already work other jobs.
Yeah, I mean, you plan it out for the year. I could maybe even see if they were saying next fall we're going to do it this way, but changing it in the middle of the school year makes life difficult for everybody. I would think, teachers and kids.
That's crazy.
This maybe would alert people who are thinking about going to college. It's really not necessary.
To go to college.
Yeah, it's not important. It's just
Bill,
a
maybe
just a pain in your butt.
Maybe you want to go to college.
Well, if you want to,
maybe you're interested in having more education
Find
and
a
knowing
good-
more stuff.
well, find a really good professor to homeschool you. I mean,
That's the answer, huh?
I mean, part of the problem is, I mean, this is a money making enterprise. They need to make money.
Sure.
It's a business
Well,
decision.
they did get a lot of their funding cut.
But I mean, I think this would hurt business. There will be people that don't go to school there because this will not work with their work schedule, and they can't go to school if they're not working.
Let's see. We're required to do it. The current semester was already scheduled this way. Wow.
So I know there are a lot of. It's not quite 9 o'clock, so you're all on your way, or you're all sitting in the parking lot waiting for a spot. God. And and we should find ways to encourage people to take public transit more, for sure.
And if you pay $400 for a parking pass, and that doesn't even guarantee you a spot.
No.
That's
And remember last year when Jonesy was living in the dorms, and anytime there was a sporting event,
yeah. She wasn't allowed to park.
she
there,
couldn't,
right?
even though we paid that $400 for a parking spot, that does not mean you can just park there. She would have to move her car every time. Luckily, we live close, and she would drive her car home, and then I'd go drop her back off. But a lot of people that didn't have that option would have to park way far away. Parking's a problem, for sure.
Let's see. I took night classes in the U in the 80s. As an employee at the U, I like the change. It spreads out times people will be coming in, making the commute and parking more manageable. Also, reserved spots for employees are now over $1,200 a year.
Wow.
Jeez.
It's shifting classes from 9 to 2 on Tuesday and Thursday to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
You can only take. They want 30% of your classes between those times on those days. I'm just saying it's hard for people that have a job that have already planned it out, that they will be, they can work starting at 3:30
It's
or
all
whatever.
part of the grander scheme to keep people stupid.
Just tell Jonesy to look into welding or auto mechanics or something like that.
That's what the right will tell you.
Yeah.
You don't need a lot of schooling to be and there's nothing wrong with selling furniture at RC Willey. You don't need a lot of schooling.
Ask Danny
to
Kramer.
do that. Yeah, you don't need a lot of schooling to do that.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
Something needs to be done, but I don't know that.
Young
that
man,
this
they
is
need
it.
highway flagmen.
No, they want you to join the Army.
Or that.
Yeah, that's what they want.
Actually, women, they want, and we should talk about this some other time, they want you home having babies.
Yeah, and that too.
And that's not an exaggeration. We want to take money away from Head Start and things like that, and incentivize. This is the next Project 2025 thing.
It's all
They
part
want
of
to
it.
incentivize people staying home and taking care of their kids.
Please don't get an education. Get pregnant.
That's
That's part of the plan.
That's part of the plan. And you're sitting there right now saying, "No, there's radio from hell exaggerating again. No, it's coming."
And you know whose plan that is? That's God's plan, Gina. That is God's plan.
Here's a texter. I used to arrive before 6 a.m. to my job at the U, and still there wouldn't be any parking.
I totally think they need to do something. I just think this maybe isn't it.
I don't think I ever took a night class in my life.
But that should be a choice to take a night class if that works for you in your life.
My A pass means nothing on game day.
Yeah.
I'd have to buy it into a game pass. Wow. Just the prioritization of sports drives me crazy.
Well, Kerry, that's where the money is.
But
Why don't they give some of it back to us then?
Yeah.